Hi everybody, I'm Joe.
And I'm Mary.
And we're Book Buds.
And today we're doing cover word tag number 2. This is going to be Joe's version. So we just did our original tag, cover word tag, and I did the tag. And I tagged my bud Joe because I want to see the covers that he picks to do this war.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't done this tag yet and you're interested, the basic thing you have to do is pick a number of books, really any number you want, and look at the covers, battle them out. We went for covers of books that were from our want to read list in Goodreads, but you can do covers of books you've already read, books on your shelf. It really doesn't matter. Have fun with it. So this is from your want to read list, right?
Yeah, it just makes sense to do it that way.
Yeah, because it kind of gets you excited about getting to those books.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ready to battle it out?
I'm ready.
All right, so in war, the high card wins the card game, right? So the better cover is going to win, and then we'll go to round 2 until we have our final awesome cover.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Okay.
Okay, round 1. Sold on a Monday by Christina McMorris.
Versus The Clockmaker's Daughter by Kate Morton.
Okay, fun. So I like clocks. I really like. I have this physical book at home, and I like to look at it. It's nice. It has the Roman numerals going around. It has like leaves and kind of flowers throughout the clock. I like the hands of the clock. It's just appealing to me. It's nice.
It is a nice clock.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Sold on a Monday, which this cover is like very meaningful, and like this little boy is like chilling there, like he has a suitcase, and like it's sad. Like is he running away? Is his family moving somewhere? Is he an orphan? Is he alone? And it's like old fashioned clothes.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just want to hug him.
Yeah. Poor little guy.
Yeah. So I'm intrigued on. This is more intriguing to me on like what the story is.
Okay.
Right? Because you have all this emotional stuff happening. The clock is a clock.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Sold on a Monday.
All right. Next one.
Beneath a Scarlet Sky by Mark Sullivan.
Versus The Brief History of the Dead by Kevin Brockmeyer.
Yes. Okay. 2 very different covers. Beneath the Scarlet Sky, like the colors in this cover, the reds, and there's some purple. It's like so striking, and it's gorgeous, and it makes sense because it says Beneath the Scarlet Sky, so they better make that sky scarlet.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's a very nice red, but I do like this green that's on this coat also. It's like a nice light tint.
Yes.
And I mean, there's nobody in this coat. That's really cool.
That's why it draws me.
I know.
It draws me in, and I'm guessing like the Brief History of the Dead, like is this like ghost kind of like, because like there are those hands, but there's no body or head, so like it's like a ghost, and it's like this long kind of trench coat thing, and it's kind of mysterious, and like that's kind of draws me in. Like, what's that about?
So which one are you more drawn to?
I'm gonna have to go with the color wins, so I'm gonna go with the Scarlet Sky.
All right. Did you give me a losing hand again?
Don't get complex. The Clackety by Laura Seneff.
Versus Hostage by Claire McIntosh.
Okay, fun. Okay, so the Clackety, I've seen this around.
It looks cute.
On BookTube. And it's totally me. I don't know if it's middle grade, but it looks kind of middle grade.
It could be, yeah.
And then you have this like haunted house with these mysterious hands and arms coming up, and you got the star in the sky. And I love the orange highlights in this book, like in the windows, on the tattoo on her arm, and she has wings. Like, what is this about? It's very intriguing to me.
It is very cute.
The weather vane on the top, I love it. Somebody in the windows. Okay, so we love this. Okay, so like this, I like this. It looks like one of my typical thrillers. I like the symmetry between the houses, and the fence is also symmetrical. I like how the exhaust from the plane is going through the O in the word hostage. It just looked like one of mine that I would read.
Yeah, and I have to point out, I don't know if you noticed this, but the 2 authors that are quoted on the front, we have A Nail Biter of a Thriller by Sherry LaPena, who you love.
And
Feels Like what does that say? Blockbuster movie by Lisa Jewell.
That is hysterical.
You love them.
That is hysterical. I did not see that at all.
Yeah.
Mary, good eye. So I definitely have to read this. And I also like how the light is on in one of the houses.
Yeah.
It adds a nice little touch there.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't know. I feel like I feel like Shari LaPena and Lisa Jeweler
I know.
endorsing this.
Right.
And it kind of just got me that much more excited about it.
So I think I won.
Yeah.
See, I got to point these things out, so I win a hand.
Mary won. All right, Clackety. Lore by Alexandra Bracken.
Versus The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we have Medusa here. I mean, I love Medusa. I love that whole Greek mythology. So she looks like her face is like marble. She looks like a statue of some kind. And I love how she's all white, and then the gold pops in the word lore and in her eye. Of course, you have the snakes there, Medusa. Looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been drawn to this for a while.
I've been drawn to that one too.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now this one, I don't know, this has just so much character to it. You have this dude who just looks totally like scared and shocked and spooked. You got these ghost-like hands coming behind him. The title, it's a great title. I just think that that's very different. So, you have Medusa, a well-known, versus this unique cover. I think I'm going to give it to The Taking of Jake Livingston.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
Sounds good.
Okay, what's next? All right. Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
That's awesome looking. Versus Cackle by Rachel Harrison. I think this is really pretty too.
Okay, yeah, this I've seen a lot on YouTube as well. Some of our friends have read this. I think Pax Panic has read this. Green, I love green. So we got the webs that are green on the teacup. You got the spider. I love the steam coming out. I love the title. I don't know. I'm really drawn to that. It looks awesome. Mm-hmm. It's like, what is that? Is it about a witch? What is it about?
I hadn't seen this one before. I have to read it.
Right?
Yes.
The cover is great.
Mm-hmm.
That spider there. Okay, and then we have Stephen King Fairy Tale. Like, this just looks awesome. You have a man or a boy with his dog, and they're going down into like this basement, this dungeon. It's like a circular staircase, and it's blue, and the glow from the lantern, it almost looks like it's like lighting everything on fire, and it's so awesome.
I love how it's got like dimension to it, and when I first looked at it from a distance, I was like, is that an eye of a dragon? Like, I didn't perceive the bricks as bricks until I looked closer, and I was like, oh, there's a person there. That's not a dragon.
I like that, though.
I like how it's kind of like scaly,
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Oof. Yes, Stephen King wins this one.
Yeah, I would pick the other one, but I understand.
Okay. Ill Shadows by Gene Nasser and W.J. Cintron.
Versus Kill Creek by Scott Thomas.
Oof, I love my haunted houses.
You do.
Now, this looks like Norman Bates lives here. This looks like the house from Psycho. I was drawn to it immediately. There's people on the roof there. I just love the stairs going up. I love how it's like almost like a silhouette of the house rather than a real picture of a house.
Creepier.
Yeah. Love it.
That's a Joe book for sure.
Yeah, love the tree. Okay, now this cover, Ill Shadows, this just drew me in immediately. Like, it's just very mysterious. Like, is this an adult or a child on the cover? Like, is it a man or a woman? It's got very skinny arms. Like, there's something happening there.
Some kind of suffering, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the details in the shirt, like all those wrinkles in the shirt as this person is headed into the water. It just is. It has me. This just has me.
Very intriguing.
Yeah. So I want to know what's going on with this person here. So I'm going to pick Ill Shadows.
But this is a book that you would like. I know it is. I need more wins.
It'll be okay, Mary.
All right.
All right, next up we got Gallant by V.E. Schwab.
Versus Circus of the Dead by Kimberly Loff.
Oof.
I love this. I immediately put this on my TBR when you sent me this picture. I was like, wow.
This is great. Like, I love the use of color in here. You have the red and white tent, and you have the red dress, which really pops. Just so many details in here. You have that scary guy. He's like a skeleton. Then you have the trees and the birds and the clouds and the steam and the mist. I love the font as well as in the words.
How it sparkles. Yeah.
And it's book one.
I know. It's so
like
clear.
that.
I love when they tell you you're right at the beginning.
And she's levitating. Like, what's happening? That looks so good.
It really does.
Okay, this I'm a little bit less excited about this now that I talked about that one, but I did really like this cover. I like how the houses are inverted, and it's hard to tell. Maybe on the screen you could tell how like the surrounding areas, it's like outside, maybe like brush and like bushes. Like this is inverted as well, but this is right side up, and then upside here you have this upside down, which is opposite from the house that it's by. So I don't know, there's just a lot of inversion here. I like this circular thing, and you have like it looks like a hand and a claw there. This looks like some sort of instrument. I don't know.
It is more intriguing as you look closer. It's those details you don't really see at first glance.
Yeah, I like that. So this is like in your face, and this looks like I'm gonna have to like sift through stuff to get excited. So I'm gonna give it to Circus of the Dead.
It won! Yay!
Woo! Okay. Oh boy. The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle by Janet Fox.
Looks creepy. Versus Craven Manor by Darcy Coates.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about mine first. Okay. So this is just like so me. This big looming castle in the moonlight, and all those birds and those towers. And look at how the open door. There's somebody opening the door to some visitors, and that light is just illuminating the entire outside. So cool.
But it's like misty and foggy and, you know, just unknown kind of feeling, right?
Oh yeah, I want to get in this castle.
Yeah.
All right, then over here we have this big mansion. Love it. It's like a couple floors, and it has ivy growing on the outside of it, which I love that. Trees.
Somebody's definitely going to die in there.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. Yes, I like it. I like scary houses. I like mansions. I like castles. But this castle trumps it.
I agree. I just have to say about a big scary manor, it's even more scary than a house because there's so many rooms that like huge. Spirits and murderers and whatever can lurk in.
Oh yeah.
But yes, I understand why that one wins.
Yeah.
All right, how many do you have left?
We're done with round 1, right?
Yep, that was round 1.
5,
so I have 3. Give me 1. Ready for round 2. We are evened up.
Okay. Sold on a Monday
versus Hostage.
Okay. So not that I'm not going to read all these books, but I feel like at this moment in time, well, now
remember this one said Sherry LaPenna and Lisa Jewell.
Know. But if you're going by the cover,
yeah, that's only on the cover.
Like the houses and the thing.
Okay, whatever. It's your tag.
There's a lot going on there.
There is, but I know that you want to help that little boy.
I just feel like this one is so much more meaningful.
Like
than like murder and and you know, killing and hostage situation.
Your heart's gonna be engaged on that.
Yep, sold on a Monday.
I understand.
Beneath a Scarlet Sky
versus The Taking of Jake Livingston.
Ooh, yes. Okay, so last time I had the Scarlet Sky win because it was like just very colorful, and that just got me.
But this, you liked all the stuff that was going on in here.
You're so funny every time.
I have a really good hand.
You really want to win your hand. It's
it doesn't really matter.
I know, it's hysterical. But yeah, going off the cover, like this is a much more interesting cover. This guy here, like what's happening? Is he dead? Is he gonna die? Is he about to die? Did he already die? Is that Grim Reaper? Like what's happening? I have to know. I have to find out.
Okay. I won again. Ooh, this one's really good.
Oh, this is hard.
All right.
Oh, this is hard. Okay, Stephen King Fairy Tale versus
Circus of the Dead.
This is very hard.
These are both good.
So like this feels like an adventure, right? This guy and his dog are going down into this mysterious section of whatever, the dungeon. This looks like scary.
This reminds me of like a Caraval kind of feel too, you know?
Yeah. This is hard. Covers.
Imagine your hand floating towards them in the bookstore. Which one would it fall on?
I don't know. I feel like me as a reader, I'd probably go for the Stephen King one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would go for this one, but okay.
You don't always have to get your opinion in, Mary.
Yes, I do.
Ill Shadows
versus the Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle.
Ooh. Oh, this is another hard one. Why is this happening to me?
Look at the draw, man.
Jeez. I'm really intrigued with this person and what's going on.
This shady castle.
Yeah. There's probably a lot more going on in this cover. He's going into the water, though. But there's that castle and all those birds. This is classic me. I guess I got to give it to Rookskill Castle.
Okay.
Okay.
The Taking of Jake Livingston versus...
Sold on a Monday. Okay, we got these two guys here. Little boy, older man. So probably if I was in the bookstore and I saw it, I'd probably go with The Taking of Jake Livingston over this one.
Oh, okay.
Like immediately. I'd probably have to like read the back in order to get this to this one.
Okay. All right, so we're down to the final three. Do you want to just knock one out?
All right, I'm going to knock one out immediately, and that's going to be The Taking of Jake Livingston.
Okay.
He's gone.
Bye-bye. So we're left with...
Fairy Tale
versus The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle.
Okay, we have Fairy Tale. We know that I love fairy tales. I'm looking at the titles, too. The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle.
And you've read Stephen King before. Have you read this author, Janet Fox?
I have not.
Okay. So what we're going to do here is Joe's going to pick his favorite cover just by picture alone. And then after that, we're going to read the description in Goodreads of both of these and figure out if he made the right choice or not, if he would have chosen differently if he was able to read about them. So just based on cover, what do you think?
Rookskill Castle.
Okay, The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle. Ding, 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 ding. So let's look up the descriptions.
Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
Okay.
Legendary storyteller Stephen King goes into the deepest well of his imagination in his spellbinding novel about a 17-year-old boy who inherits the key to a parallel world where good and evil are at war, and the stakes could not be higher for that world or ours. Charlie Reed looks like a regular high school kid, great at baseball and football, a decent student, but he carries a heavy load. His mom was killed in a hit-and-run accident when he was 10, and grief drove his dad to drink. Charlie learns how to take care of himself and his dad. When Charlie is 17, he meets a dog named Radar and her aging master, Howard Bowditch, a recluse in a big house at the top of a big hill, with a locked shed in the backyard. Sometimes strange sounds emerge from it. Charlie starts doing jobs for Mr. Bowditch and loses his heart to Radar. Then, when Bowditch dies, he leaves Charlie a cassette tape telling a story no one would believe. What Bowditch knows and has kept secret all his long life is that inside the shed is a portal to another world. King's storytelling is in Fairy Tale soars. All right, and then it goes on to tell about the author, but...
That sounds amazing.
That sounds so good. Okay, The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle. Something is not right at Rookskill Castle, a rundown Scottish manor shrouded in mystery. The castle is a temporary boarding school for children escaping the Blitz, but soon it's clear there is something terribly wrong. There are clues hinting that a spy is in the house, and there are undeniable signs of a sinister magic. When the children in the castle's temporary boarding school begin disappearing one by one, it's a race against the clock for 12-year-old Kat Bateson, her two younger siblings, and their new best friend.
So that does sound good, but you read it in a totally different voice. So I think I know which one you would pick based on the description.
Well, they said escaping the Blitz. Is there going to be history in here?
I don't know.
It says sinister magic.
It's a 12-year-old, so it's a little more possibly like middle grade-ish, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So you chose based on cover, The Charmed Children of Rookskill Castle. What do you choose based on content?
Fairy Tale by Stephen King.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So when I did my version of this tag, both my cover and the description aligned, which was really exciting.
Yeah.
But here, judging the book by the cover was not the right way to go.
Didn't work.
So what do you guys think? What would you have chosen in this war?
All right, so we're going to tag some people.
Okay, so if anybody out there wants to do this tag, feel free. Just go ahead and do it. We would love to see what you do with it. And let us know in the comments so we come and check yours out. But who are you going to tag?
Okay, I'm going to tag an erudite adventure, Pax Panic, Kristen Craves Books, Bookshelf Bunny, and Say Kevy.
Awesome.
You're tagged.
We love to see them.
If you're enjoying Book Buds, give us a thumbs up.
And share us with your friends.
And subscribe to our channel, Book Buds!
Aren't tags so much fun?
And subscribe to our channel, Book Buds! And stop unsubscribing, because I keep going under 400.
Seriously.